Three Musketeers, that's the movie we're on. Welcome back to Filmography Fridays. The year's 2011 at this point in time. We're almost done with Anderson. Let's all throw a party, yay! Addressing what we have on set, the slight problem is we didn't really have a prop specifically for that time, so I guess back in time, Doctor Who, since it was the year 16, whatever. So yeah? Is that?
With airships. It was the... And for more kink.
But yeah, Three Musketeers, 2011. I'm the JJ. He's D'Artagnan. No, he's not.
Do I look like Percy Jackson to you?
We start with a Game of Thrones style opening with maps, the sweeping shot.
All for one, and fuck this movie.
Pop-ups on the map. What's funny, it's a really nice shot. What's funny is it came out the exact same time as Game of Thrones did. Both came out around 2011, yeah. Same year. So it's like, wow, you actually... fair enough.
It's like a similar style, like, intro, except Game of Thrones is actually, you know, good series.
The ninja attack in Venice is an interesting way to start the movie.
And Athos is a fucking ninja!
He's got the black...
fucking ninja! This is a French fucking ninja!
Comes up from the water. Throwing knives from the water.
He's even got, like, the sword... This is all ninja shit.
The sad part is those aren't swords, those are the crossbow things.
They look like fucking swords.
I know, I thought they were swords too, and then pulls them out and they're the fucking crossbows.
He's got the black attire, the black man. It's like a French fucking ninja. Also, how did he breathe underwater in this shit?
He's a very experienced diver, is how they covered that later. No. No. Okay, here's another thing. The fucking crossbow, once again, it reeks of Cool Shot. The crossbow, like, opens up.
Oh yeah, it's one of the only times they had like, multiple shots and they actually counted for every single member that was standing in front of them.
But it's like, still, they didn't shoot multiple at once, so what's the point of those extra things that come up? Is that drawing? Is that drawing the string for you?
Yeah,
like,
why didn't they attack him immediately? There was 4 of them and 1 of him.
Because this is a Paul W.S. Anderson action point, and that means we cannot have any logic whatsoever. Now we're going to get into the meat of why I hate this movie, and it all rests on Mia Jovovich. I've been really nice to you in some of these reviews.
Man, she does not hit a single note.
Could have just said hello. What'd be the fun in that? Emote!
What'd be the fun in that? Oh, and then when she tries to emote later, it's like...
That's the one time... This is the one scene in the movie I've seen her smile. This is the one scene, so I'll give her that. She does smile.
There's that and that one laughing moment she has, and I was like, these are the only 2 genuine things I've seen in the movie. Everything else is... She's back in 3rd grade doing drama class.
And not to mention the stupidity of that scene where it's ally versus ally for the sake of the cool shot. Well, ally versus ally, we'll get to that in a fucking second. For the cool shot, and then that's their excuse? That's how they're covering it? Oh, I thought it'd be fun. No, you just tried to fucking kill me. We met, that was our introduction to Athos. Now we meet our introduction to, fuck, what was the middle guy's name?
There was Porthos.
It was Athos, Porthos, and...
Aramis?
Yeah, so we get a leap of faith Assassin's Creed style from him all the way up top onto a gondola.
It's Luke Evans.
A thin, small, floating boat with no reinforced hull.
You hear a snap when he hits.
And arguably that's the canopy on top, but that's not
I'm just saying, that weight...
He would have broken that ship if not sunk it.
That weight with his weapons plus himself...
At least would have left enough water.
Yeah, that would have, like... At least pushed it under the water, gotten water on, or snapped a hole in it from the bottom.
Sinking. No!
Cool shots!
And then since we got the intro to both, why do I keep wanting to say Adima. Oh my god. Aramis and Athos. We get our introduction to both of them, and then we get my favorite introduction, the introduction to our 3rd guy, the 3rd Musketeer, Porthos, who just seems to be an actually fun character. Everything about him is actually fun.
He's the only one who hits any notes in this movie.
And I think that's just because he genuinely managed to do that on his own, and Anderson was just like, oh, cool, we'll leave that in. When we first see him, he's literally caught in chains and his fucking...
Trunk.
Yes, well, acting drunk. That's the best part. He's acting drunk, and he's just like, yeah, blah, 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 and then snaps seriously. Fucking...
Also...
You didn't catch me. You didn't. Like, instantly stopped being drunk. You didn't catch me. Then why are you here?
I was going to
point out... To catch you.
Well, it's Stieglitz from Inglourious Basterds.
The person he's talking to, yeah, who's captured him. This all leads to the scene of Milady running through spike ball traps. This was without a doubt.
They were arguing how they were going to get through the trap, and she just runs in. Slow-mo shot, you're just seeing everything explode behind her, then in front of her, and she, like, sees some of the projectiles coming at her somehow, and, like, just acknowledges them. No.
It's bad CGI.
No.
Yeah, oh, God, that was the best one. It's just literally...
She's in, like, the most impractical clothing to be doing this shit. And then she does like the rocker ski on her damn legs, and it's like no, there was a switch over there that raised back up. Your shit got caught.
Bad CGI. The reactions from her were horrible. Why are you in movies? And the idea behind it was stupid.
No.
This is an
oh my god! And the
scene.
CGI guns behind the wall.
Unforgivable.
That was CGI bad. Inner wall and guns.
Because they keep trying to drill in a bunch of "I love yous" between Milady and Ethos, so as to add impact for what's about to happen.
We hear it like 3 times in 10 minutes,
and it's literally all just so that like the next scene when she betrays them, it's like a whole setup.
But it doesn't work that way.
We
literally don't know these characters yet. That doesn't work.
And the fact that they say "I love you" 3 times doesn't really get that across well. That's just you trying to be like, oh, but it's here. You then skip a year because Bloom comes in and fucking steals.
This movie tried its goddamn hardest to make everything look as typical European book status as possible.
No, yeah, absolutely. It's funny because he comes in and he steals the woman and the war machine. Which is what we find out later, which is not called an airship.
No, he stole the plans.
Yeah, for the war machine. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he didn't walk up and pick up the war machine.
It was like a Da Vinci museum.
Yeah, no shit. He stole the plans. There's a nice time skip, like we said. About a year passes. Or wait, was it a year from then?
It was like 6 months, I think.
I wrote a year.
I think it was 1 year later.
I think we wrote a year. Yeah, I think it was a year
later.
So a year skips, and we see this young boy, D'Artagnan. With his father and mother, this poor family in a village, and woohoo.
This poor family in a nice-looking fucking village.
This rapier that this family has is passed from generation to generation. And then after he gives him the sword, the dad, with the worst line. The worst line. Don't worry, a true weapon, Musketeer's true weapon isn't this. It's this. His heart.
It's here. It was so fucking cliched. It hurt. It hurt to hear that, to see that line.
It was actually in the movie. And then he gives him the worst advice ever. This is the worst dad ever. Yeah. You go, make mistakes.
A musketeer, like, goes and makes mistakes. I was like...
No. First of all, that's just not true. He works for the king. No. He's a law official. Two, and this is my important thing.
Makes mistakes.
You are a horrible father. Don't tell them to openly do fucking bad things. Don't go openly make mistakes. The mistakes are going to happen, and you have to cope with them. That's the skills you should be fucking imparting. Is that even a word? Fucking giving to your kid. And as we see, in the next scene, these mistakes, this advice was terrible.
Yeah, oh my god.
Because the boy then ties his horse,
tells the man,
challenges Mads
Mikkelsen to apologize to his horse.
Just dick in this movie.
Oh, all right, we're gonna duel then. Takes out the shirt, turns around, shoots him.
That was actually great.
Funniest scene in the movie.
Great reveal of the
But it was a great way to just be like, hey, go out, make mistakes. Thanks, Dad, you got me killed.
And that's another problem I have. He gets shot, as we mentioned, right in the shoulder area, arm area over here.
We see the shot visibly hit him.
Later on, when he's going through the crowds and stuff, he's like pushing them away. There's no visible distress or damage to him or his face or anything. It's just it's pointless.
Even at the scene when Mila Jovovich is like, let him live. And they're like, okay. It's like, he should be bleeding profusely from his arm right now.
We go from that scene. At least that scene had that funny moment. This next scene is trying to be a funny moment and fails entirely. The whole king color thing, that ongoing joke, where the king is wearing blue and then the guy comes in, or Mia comes in or whatever, and they wear green. oh, well, I have to change, blah, blah, blah. And then he wears green, and the guy comes back, and he's wearing blue.
You hear that?
Oh, my God. It's forced. It's not funny. It's pointless. It wastes time. It's just for the sake of an ongoing joke that doesn't hit.
Despite that joke, though, I think that the King is one of the best fucking characters.
And I agree with that. As we mentioned, he's going through the crowd with this injury that he's no-selling, and he runs into all three. All three, at different times, Musketeers.
Right into the first one, we were like, okay.
Meet me. Meet me at this place at 12 o'clock. And then the next one, meet me at this place at 1 o'clock. He's literally
in a rush to get
at this place, 2 o'clock. So he makes 1, 2. Yeah, that'd be great if they all didn't show up at the same time.
And then the minute the Musketeers tell him their names, he recognizes who they are. They're legendary.
That's not as bad.
And he still says, "Well, we're gonna fight." This is more than a mistake.
That's
dude.
not as bad as the crowd later. Musketeers! 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 One kid starts fighting a group of guards. This kid starts fighting the entire group. One versus like...
Again!
They say there's 40 guards there.
Make mistakes!
They say there's 40 guards there, which if we're doing like per person, I'd say that's about 10 people for this kid.
Yeah.
This kid is fighting
and I was going to point out, his only real experience is fencing with his dad.
After that really shit scene, though, it slightly gets a nice little payoff with Athos getting a string of like 300 like kills. Remember down the line? That was really cool. But then they fuck up. He tries to grab the guy, and it's in slow-mo, and it's just like, there's not... Okay, fine, fuck you.
He's like climbing up his chest to grab him.
It's like, can't get a grip.
Like I said, it's itsy-bitsy spider.
And right after that, we also have the painful attempt at a witty scene where D'Artagnan's flirting and fighting while talking to the chick. I say the chick because I don't know her name. I don't think I've heard it once.
Oh, yeah, wow.
It's not clever. The fight looked bad. The dialogue was trying to be snappy, but it isn't. Only on Tuesdays. I remember using that in fucking, like, kindergarten. They get back to their house. The scene moves on. They all get back to their house. D'Artagnan, you're gonna come live with us. You have money, right?
Oh, yeah, we like how you fight. You're gonna come live with us. You were gonna try and kill him. Like.
yeah, what happened to that?
And
conflict resolution. Kill other people. It brings us together.
Porthos himself even fucking says, alright, new plan. We kill the guards, then we kill him.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. It's funny because D'Artagnan has a toast in that house which hits high school levels. D'Artagnan, blah, 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 I don't believe in love. From Athos. Athos is a 5-year-old.
He's so edgy.
Is he like 15? Because this would make a whole lot more sense. I don't believe in love. I've been scorned.
So edgy.
I trusted someone once, I will never trust them again. Yea, verily. Good line here. Don't let Athos fool you. He seems cold and unfriendly, however...
He is just cold and unfriendly.
These Musketeers are terrible. We should not be feeling bad for them. We should not be rooting for them. They treat James Corden like shit. Oh yeah, by the way, did I forget to tell you James Corden's in this movie? Why is James Corden... Oh my god, another connector. Ha-ha! We really didn't think of this. But yeah, they treat him like shit, all culminating in him sleeping outside... Where birds frequently shit. Don't know how that works, but whatever. It doesn't matter.
I'm pretty sure most buildings in Europe back then had awnings.
So we get introduced to Christoph Waltz because another surprise. Christoph Waltz is in this movie. Why, man? You're better than this. Playing Cardinal Richelieu. So if you know anything about history, is a great man, and I don't want my family killed. I'm playing his game, man.
And then D'Artagnan, who's like, you know, a commoner, addresses the king in a way where even friggin'
Porthos, was it?
Or was it Aramis?
Oh yeah, it was Aramis who looked.
And he's just like he's just like.
No, he finishes the line for him just so it's not.
Yeah, so he finishes what he's saying.
Well, we humbly apologize. Basically, just saving it in the end. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just sitting there like. He's even nice to the commoner. I'm just going to point out one thing I really had a problem with when that happened. I was like, you know, you're really well spoken for a commoner.
And no
people back then.
And no accent.
The only one in the fucking movie who speaks plain and clear American level English.
Oh boy, that's weird.
Literally everyone else has like a British tone, or is at least trying one. Not him.
I just think that this movie has no sense of reality because then we also get a scene, aside from the whole that which is just no sense of reality, you have an airship. Really?
Literally,
a fucking airship?
No, we have a Zeppelin. We have a 17th century version of a zeppelin.
Yeah, it is.
It's literally zeppelin balloon
with working machine guns and flamethrowers and cannons.
And I'm just gonna point out, unless that ship is made of very light wood and metal, that is not floating.
We have one of the worst lines from Mia. I mean, we're gonna say this a lot. No tone, no inflection, just dead voice. The sun, the heat. Oh, I'm gonna faint. Literally that bad.
Oh, I'm gonna faint.
Literally that bad.
And then she starts doing an action sequence in a dress
Just
that
the
you can't
worst.
fight in.
Yeah, that is dumb, and what's even dumber, she takes it off, showing she has something better suited for that. But even dumber,
20-foot jump.
That's what I was trying to bring up.
Jump and spin.
The fucking spin attack, which was clearly on wires. Also, this is the same style shots with the slow-mo and the camera. It's the same shit they were doing in Resident Evil. So that's literally just making me. That's almost the implication that she's doing something subhuman. Kills the Musketeers working for Cardinal and plan to use her gun once the bell on the clock rings. She planned for everything to happen in such a way that she would end with her gun to this guy. You can't shoot me. You'd be making a noise.
Boom.
Do you not know what the word suspension of disbelief mean? The next scene we're going to talk about is the scene of the king and queen being adorable, and I think we mentioned it a little before, I really, really love this scene. This makes you feel for at least somebody in this story. If you really break it down, they're the only two people you're pulling for in some way, shape, or form. They are the driving force.
They're the ones being screwed by...
D'Artagnan's a little shithead, I don't care. Fucking the Musketeers are all shitheads, so I don't care. James Corden gets literally shit on, so I don't care.
Yeah.
The king and the queen are the only two who have an actual purpose and push the plot and matter and feel like nice people and actually matter. They matter. Milady is trying to steal those diamonds with her plan for Cardinal. And she comes to this hallway, and they treat everything about this scene like she's about to approach.
Why is this national treasure?
That's a good point. But she gets to this laser grid apparent scene. That's how they handle it. And then she opens up her makeup case, dust, and it reveals wires.
We sat there thinking, are they gonna reveal lasers? No.
So they're wires.
I get the movie did airships and shit, but no
They're wires. That's a clever way to get around it. They're wires.
But it's like,
you know what's not clever? Dust revealing wires.
It's like, no, you would have seen them anyway. It bothered me how it was just like, we just got generic, hot babe shots.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like...
Oh, yeah.
I was like, okay, it's one thing to just, show a character in sensual light. It's a whole nother thing to do it when there's nobody around.
I need you to do this. I need you to do this for me. Blah, blah, blah. You have to work with us.
I
don't... Why on earth would I do that? She fucking honeypots him. She kisses him. Yeah, honey... No, honey potted. She flat out kisses him to convince him. She's literally using sex as a power right now.
That can be a good thing when it's like, this is not something...
She used it for good, but the idea behind that is disgusting.
The idea behind that is supposed to come from, a seductress character. Someone who is not a good person.
Also, we skipped over it now that we're on the topic of her. First time we meet you, you insult me. The second time I meet you, you imply to your queen that I'm a great person, and you wind up saving me by word.
That's what the queen said.
That's what I'm saying.
She tells me all these great things about you. It's like, what?
Then, again, mixed feelings. You tell me that I'm trash, basically.
No, maybe that's just...
It's because I'm high class and you're not. That was the next thing. And then right after that, you kiss me to convince me to do what you want me to do. Yeah. So now I want to talk about really pointless things. Like, for example, saying we have a plan. Like, we're going to do this review, right? We're going to do this review and we're going to enjoy this review and everything's going to be great. And then if I were to just cut the review in the middle of that sentence, basically spitting in the face of what that sentence was... That's the planning scene. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna break in, we're gonna do this. Turns out we lied! For who? D'Artagnan makes an impossible jump from the castle to the airship.
You ever play Uncharted? Because it's like Nathan
video
Drake.
game-esque.
It's like Nathan Drake when he jumps a decently sized gap by running at like 2 miles every fucking 5 hours.
And then they also, aside from the fake out with the decoy, which was pointless, they do a fake out where, oh, he's gonna fall. No, it was just Athos being an asshole and waiting for him to almost fall and then grabbing him.
I'm just gonna point out when he makes the jump, you see Athos walking to the edge of the ship that he's going to be jumping at, and it's just like, Athos is right there. Athos is right there. Athos is right there. Nearly falls off. Athos, did you just fucking wait? Why are they French with Greek names?
I don't know.
I never understood that.
I don't know. Fucking, we see their plans enacted, and we called it. It's a pretty callable plan. Corden turns out to be the secret, since they flat out have a line of him saying that instead of letting the audience literally go, what about Corden? Oh, that would have been a clever reveal. No, they ruined that.
No, it's like
there's 5 of us.
To me, it was very predictable. I knew after he's like, actually, I'm here. As soon as he said that, I knew that they were going to make him do something.
Absolutely, and he was going to be and I called it. He was the plan that everything. He was the hinge that the plan called upon.
To get the diamonds.
So he winds up turning out to be the cart driver for Mia, because they knew she was going to backtrack, because they know her just as well as she knows them. That was kind of fun, the back and forth between them, but handled like shit. So they wind up hooking her cart up to the Zeppelin. We're just going to call it a Zeppelin at this point. Flies up. She, because they know her this well, she goes to shoot him. When she gets up there, Athos is talking to her. She goes to shoot him. Nothing. We took the gunpowder. We took the liberty to remove the gunpowder. When and how?
What? How did you even know where she would hide it in the Did she have that carriage like custom fucking made for her bullshit?
Whatever. I'm just gonna say a positive, because if I don't, I'm gonna slip into a depression coma. The lighting of the cannons with Porthos going down the line.
That was a cool scene.
Great scene.
I like
the war itself, semi-entertaining.
Yeah,
actually handled pretty well.
Airship battle.
You know, I hate to say it, but I really think that he has the potential to make a very interesting, like, actual pirate movie. A naval thing just is interesting, handled by him as far as what I've seen.
So long to get someone to write witty dialogue. Pirates need to have witty dialogue.
That's true. But it winds up crashing. They puncture the balloon with D'Artagnan inside of it. As it's going down, you guys just killed D'Artagnan. You're despicable.
Yeah, you guys literally just killed D'Artagnan. You also killed...
They themselves jump on at one point, and it's like, what are you doing? What is happening?
Oh, no. Worse was when they stabbed the fucking balloon itself.
Sliding down, making it worse, guys.
Guys, we're going down. How are we still afloat right now?
The end fight with Mads Mikkelsen was nice.
Yeah, it was cool.
I quite... Except for the...
on the rooftop.
Caveat. Everything about it was nice, except for the end, which we'll get to in a second. First... The actual fight itself was nice. It was handled well done on both sides. It was nice choreography. The camera work didn't feel lazy or steady. Madsen being a real... wow, Madsen. I'm just used to... Between Mia Jovovich and Michael Madsen, sadly I would pick Michael Madsen. The Mikkelsen being an actual fight was a nice touch, because at this point they've kind of established that he's kind of a coward. Or cheap.
Yeah, he's a dirty fighter.
We haven't seen him actually fight with a sword.
He admits it.
Right.
What, you don't think you can win in a fair fight? Oh, no, not that. I just don't fight fair.
Then the ending happened, and they kind of made it really stupid.
CGI.
Taps the sword up, fucking goes flying up, and one of two things were in my head. I thought they were going to Final Destination sword through the head, which I was getting really nervous for.
PG-13.
Getting really nervous for.
But instead, they both look up, D'Artagnan catches it and kills him.
And
it's like,
stabs him in the chest.
Really?
Which, yeah.
You had him at the throat. You shouldn't have looked up.
Yeah. No, yeah.
And then again, when they were hanging off the shitty CGI.
We would have ended happily. However, the end credit scene equivalent in this is that Milady and Buckingham are alive. I believe that was his name.
They pulled her out of the water. The water of which, by the way, she fell at from more than a skyscraper.
Zeppelin Heights.
What you'd think an airship back then doesn't need that far
above. They show up with an army. Oh, wait a minute. This was copy 2. This was the end of Resident Evil. This movie is Afterlife.
Yep.
There's multiple things in this movie that correlate to Afterlife.
Like the shitty slow-mo shots.
Mads Mikkelsen's eye that's covered is the same eye that's covered in Valhalla Rising as well as Casino Royale. He's constantly injuring that eye in his roles. Thought that's funny.
Constantly that one. Valhalla Rising was shit.
Porthos and Mads Mikkelsen were both in King Arthur in 2004 together.
Wait, who?
Mads Mikkelsen and Porthos, the guy who played Porthos. They were both in King Arthur together.
It was a fun movie.
2004. Logan Lerman, D'Artagnan, played Percy Jackson. Luke Evans and Orlando Bloom would both go on to star in the last 2 Hobbit movies.
Like I told you.
Wilhelm Scream can be heard in the final battle. And the Ring of Fire weapon, that rotating Ring of Fire weapon, was legitimately built and worked by a German engineering team, made on set from wood, and had 31 rotating cannons. That's actually pretty legitimately impressive. I thought we should mention that.
Fucking Germans!
So yeah, that's it for this week. If you can, click the arrow below. It'll tell you what we're doing next week. Don't know what it is yet, because again, I don't like to torture myself thinking about the hell I'm going to go through. If you can, like and subscribe. It'll help us out, it'll help you out, you'll get our content. Comment, please, be a little bit more vocal. I've been the JJ.
And I've been pondering about why Paul W.S. Anderson exists.
And you're going to be pondering for a long, long time, because apparently his movies make money.